Hi, I'm Anna Ryder. I'm a clinical psychologist working with the Making Sense team, and today I'm going to be talking a bit about interoception. So, what is interoception? Well, it's a very long word for a start. Interoception is one of the sensory systems which we don't often learn about in school or when we're younger. It's sometimes called the eighth sense, the last in a list of senses which starts with hearing, sight, taste, etc. But in some ways, interoception might be the most important. So what is it? Interoception is the sense which gives us awareness of the inside of our bodies. Are we hungry, thirsty, sleepy, excited? It basically tells us, how do I feel in any given moment? It includes an awareness of both bodily changes and emotional sensations. Being aware of the signals our bodies are giving us means we can take action to make sure everything stays in balance. More on that in a few minutes. Here are some examples of the sensations we might experience inside our bodies. Our heart rate, is it beating fast or slow? Our breathing, are we breathing more quickly than usual? Do we need to go to the toilet? Our temperature, are we too hot? Are we too cold? And feelings of hunger and thirst. It's important that all of these things in our body stay in balance for us to survive. And this idea of keeping a stable internal system in our bodies is sometimes called homeostasis. What you might have already noticed is that some of these internal feelings will regulate themselves automatically without us having to do anything. And by regulate, we mean keeping things in balance. Our heart and breathing will automatically adjust if we need more oxygen going around our bodies. And we'll start to sweat if our bodies get too hot and need to cool down. But for other internal body feelings, we need to do something about it. So if we're hungry, we need to eat. If we need a poo, we have to find a toilet. If we're cold, we need to put on a jumper or a coat. Sometimes our internal body feelings are also telling us about our emotions. For example, if our heart's beating fast, we're breathing more quickly, we're hot, our hands are shaking, we might be feeling afraid or anxious. If our hands are clenched or we're experiencing tightness across our neck or shoulders, we might be feeling stressed. Being aware of these emotion sensations is also really important for keeping everything in balance. If we're aware of our emotions, we can react quickly and appropriately. It helps us adapt and cope in a variety of situations. Being aware of all these body feelings is really important. Otherwise, we might not know what response we need to take to keep the inside of our bodies in balance. But it is quite complicated. First, we have to notice a feeling in our body. Then we need to be able to recognize what it means, and then take the necessary steps to correct it. For example, if I'm thirsty, I need to notice that I have a dry mouth. I need to know that a dry mouth might mean I'm thirsty and need a drink, and then know that I have to stand up, go to the cupboard, get a glass, fill it with water and drink it. Most people learn all of this without thinking about it too hard, but some people find it really difficult to notice these body sensations, and this can make it difficult both to look after ourselves properly and to notice if our emotional state is changing. So, what happens when interoception goes wrong? Many children with sensory regulation differences might have difficulty with interoception. For some, they'll struggle to recognise different sensations inside their body. Others might notice feelings in their body, but misinterpret them. So, for example, they might notice a sensation like a churning stomach and think they've got a stomach bug or they're hungry, whereas actually they're anxious. Other people might know what their body feelings mean, but struggle to know what they have to do to get things back in balance. So, for example, they might know they're thirsty, but not make the connection between that and needing to get or ask for a drink. There are different reasons why these difficulties with interoception occur. Often it could be due to a neurodevelopmental condition, such as autism or ADHD, and sometimes it might be because particular experiences a person has had means they find it more difficult to be tuned into their body feelings. So, what can help? Interoception skills can be learned, but it takes time and practice, and some children might just not be ready yet. The first step is to help your child start to pay attention to their different physical sensations. Sometimes asking a child if they're noticing any sensations in their body can help, or encouraging them to draw their attention to a particular part of their body and how it feels. This sort of technique is sometimes called a body scan. Sometimes people have heard of something called mindfulness. These more formal techniques can sometimes help children to gradually increase their awareness of their body sensations, but it needs to be used carefully, as some children, particularly those who find it difficult to tune into their bodies, can find it stressful. Once a child is starting to notice and label changes in their body, it's about giving them words to describe those feelings and behaviours they can do to help their body regulate and stay in balance.